So we'll be learning about area of rectangles, triangles, parallelograms, and trapezoids. One option you got here, something like 4 times 6 times 3 minus 2 would work. So for a shape, the height of the shape is always perpendicular to the base of the shape. If you're looking at like a square, this would be your height and your base. This comes more into play for like triangles and parallelograms and trapezoids, which we'll talk about. But you're always looking for this symbol, which means perpendicular 90 degrees. The height is always perpendicular to the base. So for a rectangle, the area is just base times height. So here, your base would be 4, your height would be 8. So it'd be 32 units squared. Area is always in squared units, so feet squared, meter squared, centimeter squared. If no units are given, then you just put units squared so that we know that we're talking about area. For a parallelogram, what you can do, visualize, if you take this triangle here and shift it over to here, well, now we just have a rectangle that is 7 inches by 5 inches. This 6 inches here is just to try and distract you. That is not helpful. The other way you can do this is we have our perpendicular sign here. So if this is 7, this is also 7, and 5 inches is that side is perpendicular to the base. So the base and the height are always perpendicular to each other. So our area for a parallelogram is also base times height. So 7 times 5, which would be 35. And then this double, like quote marks, apostrophes, that means inches. So it's 35 inches squared. For a triangle, well, you can define the formula here. As you'll see, we've got a rectangle. The area of the rectangle is 9 times 12, which would be 108. But the white triangle is half of that, so we would divide that by 2, and we'd get 54. So area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. You also will see it written as area is 1/2 base times height. Square, same as a rectangle. So this would be 49 units squared. For a trapezoid, what we can do is if we copied this trapezoid, and then it's not going to be perfect because of how it just copied, but we move it over, and then we rotate it, and piece it back together. It covers each other up, but you can kind of visualize what's happening here. It makes a parallelogram. But the top of it is a length of 12, and the base is 8. So really we're just finding the area of a parallelogram and then dividing it in half. So area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2, this plus this, divided by 2 times the height. The height being 7 because it's perpendicular to the bases. So area equals 12 plus 8 divided by 2 times height. Area equals 20 divided by 2 times 7. 70 feet squared.